Welcome to the Angus Report, a news program for cattle producers.
The week's top headlines from American Angus Association headquarters include trends in the cattle markets and beef demand. We have the latest in the fight to regulate the nation's water, and later, coverage from the American Angus Association's Beef Leaders Institute.
This is the Angus Report. Hello, I'm Bob Cervera.
And I'm Crystal Albers.
Our top news this week. Temperatures are heating up, and so are trends in the cattle markets. Feeder cattle, fed cattle, wholesale and retail prices are all up. And Oklahoma State University ag economist Darrell Peel says it's a continuation of a trend that started almost a year ago. We have more in this report from Oklahoma State.
Slaughter has continued to decline, beef production has continued to decline, and obviously that's the major support for these prices at these levels. You know, there's a lot of concern about how demand will react to these higher prices. We've never been here before, so we're in uncharted waters. But, the thing that may be a surprise to some, but certainly a pleasant surprise, is that beef demand seems to be holding up very well. We don't really know what the demand curve looks like up at these levels because we've never been here before. So that's the part that's a little scary, and certainly the part that we're monitoring as we go forward. But the bottom line is the folks, there's a lot of strong fundamental demand for beef, and people are willing to pay what it takes to continue enjoying that.
Growing the beef industry's consumer base will rely on opportunities outside U.S. borders. That's where most of the world's population exists, and that's where the Beef Checkoff is focusing some of its resources. According to the Cattlemen's Beef Board, programs tailored to those markets help to return increases in both export value and volume.
Those marketing programs are, of course, tailored for each individual country and for the consumers in those countries. It allows producers to maintain or grow their profitability without actually having additional beef eatings within the U.S. We're at about 14% of what we produce here in the U.S. goes overseas, and that's much expanded. We expand 1% or 2% a year. Beef demand is consumer preference for beef, and that's specifically where the checkoff works, is making consumers prefer beef over other protein choices. Beef demand is extremely strong, and even with the price situation, we have not seen an erosion in beef demand.
A Florida lawmaker has introduced legislation that challenges the Environmental Protection Agency's proposed rules regarding waters of the United States. The EPA and the Army Corps of Engineers claim the proposal does not expand the reach of the Clean Water Act. However, industry organizations like the National Cattlemen's Beef Association argue that almost all waters in the country would be subject to regulation under the proposed rule, along with land use activities, including ranching. Under EPA's rule, cattle producers could be forced to obtain NRCS-approved grazing plans or face penalties, according to NCBA. The bill, introduced by Representative Steve Sutherland, would halt action by the EPA and the Corps regarding the proposed definition of waters of the United States, and would instead allow states to determine regulatory parameters. We'll continue to follow this story as it develops. The Angus Meats Business National Convention and Trade Show is just a few months away, and a unique component, Angus University, sponsored by Merck Animal Health, offers a valuable introduction to some of the industry's best speakers and thought leaders from conception to harvest in the story of a steak.
It allows folks from anywhere within the industry, from cow-calf to a stalker to a feeder, even all the way to a packer, to understand not only their importance within the industry, but also how everybody else interacts and how they can interact more positively. Angus University is going to be a full-day educational seminar sponsored by Merck in partnership with the Angus Association. And we're going to have panels from every sector of the business. There will be the opportunity to hear from feeders, for example, if you're a cow-calf producer, and what can help maximize your value on the ranch. And Angus is proud to announce that anyone who registers for the convention, Yamaha has donated a Viking 6, which is a 6-person utility vehicle, and anyone registering for the Angus Convention will be registered to win that.
Officials from the United States, Mexico, and Canada are reviewing the World Trade Organization's interim decision regarding country of origin labeling rules. The U.S. Court of Appeals earlier this year denied a preliminary injunction against country of origin labeling, and now WTO officials are set to release a final report. The report is expected to affirm whether the USDA rule is in compliance with the previous WTO dispute panel or the specifics on other suggested changes to bring into compliance.
We go now to Jenna McCrell with a look at news you need to know this week in the Angus business.
Thanks, Bob. Members of the National Junior Angus Association are traveling to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania this week for the 2014 Leaders Engaged in Angus Development Conference. The annual event encourages juniors to step out of their comfort zones, meet new friends, and see firsthand how agriculture varies across the country. More than 200 Angus youth will participate in LEAD this week, and we'll bring you more coverage from the event in future episodes. The LEAD Conference is also the first official activity for new members of the National Junior Angus Association Board of Directors. The NJAA welcomed 6 representatives to its leadership team earlier this month at the National Junior Angus Show. The new directors, serving 2-year terms, are Alex Rogan of South Dakota, Jake Heimsoth of Missouri, Lauren Grimes from Ohio, Caitlin Tunstill of Arkansas, Evan Woodbury of Kansas, and Michael Kropp from Maryland. Second-year board members were also elected to officer positions during the junior show, including new chairman Corey Watt of South Carolina. To see more announcements from the NJAA, visit angus.org. And you can capture all your favorite moments from the National Junior Angus Show online at photo.angus.org. There you'll find backdrop images, candid photos from a show ring and educational contests, and official photos of award recipients. You can purchase digital downloads, photo prints, or even gifts for your friends and family. Use the coupon code NJAS2014 and save 20% on your order. And that's what you need to know this week in the Angus business.
Thanks, Jenna. When the Angus Report returns, an Arizona rancher who's called to quality.
And coverage from the Beef Leaders Institute, a leadership development conference that covers all sectors of the Angus beef business.
Visit angus.org to continue watching this episode of the Angus Report.
The Angus Report is brought to you by Merck Animal Health. Why not prevent respiratory disease before it steals from your bottom line? Vista Once protects your calves with the most complete respiratory disease coverage available. And Vision Blackleg vaccines can add 14 pounds per calf at weaning. Contact your veterinarian or animal health supplier today.
Join the team, the Beef Quality Assurance Team. Getting BQA certified shows you're committed to practices that produce the highest quality beef in the world. And by visiting BQA.org, you can take the online certification course at a time that fits your schedule and from the comfort of your home or office. You'll also find lots of helpful tips on improving animal health and animal handling practices. Get certified, BQA certified, because it's about doing the right thing. Visit BQA.org today and become a member of the BQA team.
Its arrival is as routine as the truck that brings the next load of calves. You stand ready, waiting, watching for symptoms. A revolutionary new weapon in hand, unique chemistry and hard-hitting active ingredient. Longer duration in the respiratory tract, rapid absorption. Join the Zuprevolution. Zuprevo, Tilda Pearson. See your veterinarian.
Did you know your Checkoff is sharing the benefits of beef with millennials through social media? Did you know your Beef Checkoff helped get 6 extra lean cuts certified as heart healthy by the American Heart Association? Did you know your Checkoff is helping us set new U.S. beef export records? While you manage your operation, your Beef Checkoff is working hard to keep beef top of mind with consumers here and around the world. Get to know your Checkoff and start sharing the facts at mybeefcheckoff.com.
The sun is up, the heat is on, and your cows are under stress. Keep them cool and keep them grazing with VitaFirm Heat, a complete mineral and vitamin supplement for your cattle. Research proves VitaFirm Heat improves performance and feed utilization during summer's hot days. VitaFirm Heat is loaded with organic zinc, copper, and B vitamins to fight stress caused by heat and fescue. Plus, VitaFirm is powered with the AmaFirm Advantage, ensuring abundant rumen microbial populations for improved feed utilization. The heat is on. Keep your cows cool and keep them grazing with VitaFirm Heat. Learn more at vitafirm.com.
Horn flies cost cattle producers nearly $1 billion a year. They interrupt grazing, cause loss of blood, and impact your bottom line. By incorporating Alticid IGR into your supplement program, you can prevent the emergence of adult horn flies. Alticid IGR will significantly reduce stress on your cattle. For pennies a day, you can control the most costly parasite and increase your profitability. Contact your feed supplier to incorporate Alticid IGR today.
Working your cattle just got easier. Introducing the new Vet Gun delivery system, a new way to apply topical insecticides to your cattle. The Vet Gun lets you remotely treat cattle with effective parasite control, so you can do it from an ATV, on horseback, or just walking among the herd. It's that simple. The proven topical insecticide AML Vet Cap is used with the Vet Gun. It works fast to control horn flies and lice while minimizing stress on your cattle. Fast, easy, effective. Vet Gun. Check with your animal health supplier for availability.